So, you bought this Pontiac Vibe, like me, and you might be kind of frustrated because they give you this handy dandy little switch here to turn your lights on and off, but it doesn't do really a damn thing at nighttime because your daytime running lights are always on, and even when this is off, your lights are on. There's nothing you can do about it. So what I did is I installed a switch to disable that, and you can see the switch right here. If I have it on, that's the normal mode, as if I did nothing. If I flip it off, I can now control my lights like a normal, freaking car, like right here. Now I can show you how to do this. It's actually fairly simple. Even if you don't know anything about electronics or cars, you could pick up probably about $10 to $15 worth of crap to do this yourself. Please keep in mind, I don't know how this may affect your warranty. Now, glove box is open. This little guy right here, just push this off. Well, it's not supposed to fall off, and it shouldn't, but it goes back pretty easy. And then you just want to push in the sides here and here, and that comes down, and then you can just pull it off. How cool is that? If you've never done that before, you might have to push kind of hard before you pull it down, but it's all the same anyway. Now, shut the door so we have a little bit of peace and quiet. So you have all these little guys down here, these little white relay thingy-majobbers. I don't know what the hell they're called. This is my ghetto splicing job. Now there's a blue wire you want to cut and then splice, and you should be very careful with this, but I want to show you, if I can, this blue wire. I tried like hell to pull this whole thing out. I cannot get it out, so I had to actually splice it from here. Well, actually you can remove this 10mm bolt here, and this whole black piece comes out, but the wires are still connected, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. At any rate, right there is your blue wire. It's on the right hand side, and it's the first one. You got this brown, then this black and white one. Just under that on the far right, this is blue wire here. You cut that, and I spliced the line here, and I took the other and spliced the line here. And you can see it running all the way back towards the other side. And for those of you who don't know, bonus tip, your cabin air filter is right here. Cool, huh? Now we're back to this side. As you know, my switch is right here. It's called a rocker switch, a rocker on-off switch. I picked it up at Menards for like $5 maybe. It was really cheap. It might have been less than that, honestly. At any rate, to put this in, just open up this little door here, and then reach under here where you can get a grip and just give it a little tug. Comes right off. Piece of cake. I got two connections back here. They're pretty self-explanatory to remove. You can't really see because it's out of focus, but off. Okay. Now you can. Sorry, I goofed. Okay, anyways, you get this off, and these two, make sure you put these back in before you reinstall this. That's pretty self-explanatory. At any rate, these are the same two wires that were behind the glove box, and they lead over here to this little switch. And this is, like I said, extremely cheap, ghetto, unprofessional work, but it works. You know what I mean? I want to splice these two lines to the switch. It doesn't really matter, just hook them up. It's just an on-off switch. And this little plug fits very nicely in this little slot. And to take the old one out, I'll show you on this one remaining here. Sorry, it's my first time making a video. Gonna be kind of stupid looking here. Okay. There. This. You just kind of squeeze these tabs. Squeeze these tabs in. Look at that. Piece of cake. And I held on to my old one in case I need to take this switch out and put it back. If I go to the dealership, I don't know if they're going to be talking about my warranty for doing this, so just if you ever need to, or if you even think ahead, you could put a quick release in here somewhere. So you can just disconnect this, pop that out, and then put put this guy back in its place so that way someone who looks at the outside of the car won't even know there's a difference. Alright, and to reinstall this, just make sure you got everything lined up here. It should fit. I mean, you'll be able to figure it out if you don't know what you're doing. Just make sure everything lines up and push. And when you got something like this, it's not going, don't try to force it. Look to see what you did wrong first. There you go. And pop that in, push that in. And look at that, you can't even tell. Piece of cake. Now to make it easier to run the wires from there to there, you have to take out the centerpiece here. And first thing you want to do, this spins right off. So that just unscrews, no big deal. Now you want to take this plate off. You can put something in here to kind of pry that out. That's what this little spot's here for. You could scratch it if you use a screwdriver, use a plastic pry bar if you can, or just pull it off. Not a big deal. Bonus fact, this is the shift lock switch. If you ever need to move the car and you don't have keys, push this in and it'll let you put this in neutral so you can push it somewhere. Anyway, we want to take this white piece off next. I like to kind of push it to the side to kind of let go of this clip here. Pull it this way. Anyways, that comes off. Then pull the rest of it off. I like to undo this wire right here to get it out of the way. Make sure, don't forget to reconnect that. Okay, that's off. And next up is this gray piece. Pops right off, just like everything else. Now you can kind of see some stuff in there, but not very well. So we want to take the rest of this off. This is a fun part, makes you look like the Hulk. This literally, I just put my fingers behind this and just popped it off. This whole thing, just pop, 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 pulls right off. Now you want to disconnect that wire and this wire here to get this off. Again, sorry for the bad camera angle. Those unscrew, pretty self-explanatory, throw that aside. Now a little bit more difficult part, you could take the radio out, or you could, but that'd be probably a waste of time. You probably want to take this whole thing out first. So you want to take this off, this whole bit right here. So just start up here and just pull. Be very careful. I'm kind of careless with my car. But it just pops off, just that easy. And if you want to take this out, again, very complicated task. No, seriously, you just pull. Now you can actually see pretty well. Here's some red wires. You can trace them all the way back over here. You move the steering wheel down. You can kind of see them back there. If you're still having trouble, I mean, this faceplate here comes off pretty much the same. It's a little bit more difficult because it's underneath something and over something else. But I mean, again, it's just kind of a pull, finagle kind of deal. Or you can just, well, this the same way, just pulls off. This pulls off. And that should give you some more room to look and access everything. I'm not going to take it all apart, but you kind of get the idea. And now we got to put it back together. So push until it clicks. Here, that's back in. Put this guy back in. It literally just sets right into place. Push till it clicks. All your knobs and dials here. Just push until it clicks. Now you might have some trouble with one of these because I took this all apart one time to find a noise and I left a screw out and I don't know where it went to. So there might be something you pull off and it won't come off. There might be a screw. Just FYI. So we want to put this back on, but we gotta reconnect the electrical connections because we want to have hazard lights. Sorry again if you can't see what I'm doing, but if you see wires and where they plug into, plug them in. That's all I'm doing. this, just line it up. See that little clip there? Yeah, make sure that lines up. And then push until it clicks. How freaking easy is that? Okay, now I'm going to put this back. I think I fucked up. Yeah, I put this on too soon. So I can just move it. It's really hard to do with one hand. There we go. Now, put this in first. There we go. Again, this piece, push till it clicks. Be careful of your little clips. They will break. You don't want to break these because then you'll have a stupid looking car with stuff not sitting in it properly. And I again apologize for the bad camera angles, but you get the idea. Push, click, push, click, push, click, push, click, push, click. That's all there is to it. Next, the gray piece here. This guy. And what have we learned so far? Push, click, push, click. Now put our plastic piece back. Don't forget to reconnect your electrical connections, as I always have been saying. Again, terrible camera angles, but I'm doing this by myself with an iPhone. There's that. This goes back around here. This should just kind of fall into place. Push, click, push, click, push, click. Motto of anyone who works on car interiors, push, click. That's back on. Base plate back on. Push, click. Bam. Put this back on. Screws right back into place. Piece of cake. Now let's put that glove box back on. Glove box. Okay, now for the glove box. This piece fell off while I was screwing with it, but it goes back pretty easy. This little piece here is what this goes onto. I like to pull this apart a little bit just so it fits a little better. If you ever let someone from Jiffy Lube work on your car and they look for your cabin filters, I'm guarantee you this thing is messed up. At any rate, this bottom hole, make sure your piston's on the bottom and this bottom hole hooks onto here. Just literally that simple. It should just hang. Now your glove box itself, what you're looking for is, you got two here, two here, two notches here, two notches here. Just line those up. And be wary of that guy there. Okay. Sorry for the bad camera angles. Sorry. Okay. So those should mate up and just kind of push kind of hard. Okay. Now this little piston here. I hope you can see it. Don't want to pull to the side with it too much, but you do want to loop it back around here. Piece of cake, right? And to see if you did it right, close the glove box. Looks like it's sitting right, you're doing good. Sorry about the sunlight, you probably can't see what the hell's going on. So, yeah. If it's sitting normal, then you did it right. And you can always double check down here. Make sure that doesn't look goofy, that looks right. Can't really see, but that one's right too. No, that's pretty much how you do it. That was your installing a switch and taking apart your dash tutorial. Yeah. Thanks for watching. And I just farted.